Well, Gator Nation, the Florida Gators have another commit, an elite defensive back out of the 2025 class, legacy prospect Ben Hanks Jr. Picked Florida over the Miami Hurricanes and Louisville Cardinals out of Miami, Florida, in Booker T, Washington. He is the son of former UF linebacker Ben Hanks Sr., who played for the team in the 1990s under then head coach Steve Spurrier. For about the last month or so, it felt like Florida had really picked up some steam for him in his recruitment, considering he visited Florida twice throughout the month of June. This is another good defensive back to the class that Florida has landed. They got Tyrese Samuel Jr., who was a Syracuse commit for 2026, and not only got him to flip to UF, got him to reclassify to 2025 class. So him and Ben Hanks Jr. can be immediate players for Florida in the 2025 season. Florida has I'm reading an article from Blake Alderman from Slump 24/7. Florida has stressed their levels of interest in the talent alone he possesses, but have tossed in pitches about his chance to continue his family legacy. Those messages from the staff started to hit home, and the Gators began to trend up at the midway point of the summer, all the way up until he pulled the trigger. It was the same. Part of it was also the same pitch that they did for Vernell Brown, the wide receiver commit that they landed in the month of it was late June or early July. He'll be working with Ben Hanks Jr. will be working with Will Harris, the defensive back coach that Florida signed from the Chargers. He is now Florida the 13th commitment for Florida this recruiting class. He is a third addition that sits in the top 100 in 24/7 sports rankings of this class. He's the 13th commit for the Florida Gators, along with Vernell Brown, Jalen Wiggins, Waltez Clark, Miles Johnson, Demetrius Samuel Jr., Joshua Moore, Tayshawn Gesley, Micah Jones, Chad Gasper, Jeremiah McLeod, Joseph Mbachu, and also a punter, Hayden Craig. So this is another good get for the Florida Gators. If you go to 24/7 Sports right now, I'm going to pull up his Ben Hanks Jr.'s profile at the moment. Here it is. He's 93 in terms of the player rating, but he's 95-14 in terms of their composites. One of the top 1 dozen cornerbacks in this class. One of the top 15 athletes in the state of Florida. Like I said, committed was recruited by Will Harris. So that's another big get for the Florida Gators in their recruiting class. And this recruiting class has still not where you want it to be, but it has recovered nicely from where they were. Florida, infamously a month ago, was in the 60s. Now they should be up to about, I would say, the mid to high 30s, meaning 30 through 34, basically. So it was a good get for the Florida Gators. Another good recruiting win by Will Harris and Billy Napier's coaching staff. So he's the 13th commit for Florida this year. It was a hard-fought battle. I'd said before, had Miami in his top 3 along with Louisville. So this right here would put him just underneath. It would put him underneath Jalen Wiggins in terms of 24/7's composite rankings, and just above Waltez Clark, the running back that Florida also got to commit to. So another good get for the Florida Gators. Another good class bump, and Florida is on pace to maybe finish in the top 25 from when the recruiting class was taking a little bit more time to develop than last year. And there are some other recruits who are interested in Florida, but they want to see how the season plays out. So hopefully Florida can produce some wins this year, some high profile wins like against Miami and UCF and Florida State, and also some wins, needed wins against maybe LSU, Kentucky, and then they can further elevate this recruiting class. So Ben Hanks Jr., welcome to the Swamp.